a Hitler-loving podcaster on a mission to convince young Christian men to hate, all in the name of God. And it turns out he calls Tennessee home.
Tonight, you will meet that controversial figure who critics worry is leading a lot of young men across the country down a treacherous path. He sat down for a one-on-one interview with News Channel 5 Chief Investigative Reporter Phil Williams, who has been confronting the hate in our state for almost 2 years now.
Phil is with us now. And Phil, this is a very different character from the neo-Nazi white supremacists you've previously confronted, right?
Definitely different in tone in how he presents himself. Corey Mueller portrays himself as an intellectual and as a theologian. Still, as you're about to see, his hate is not so different from the hate of the KKK.
Look, there's something seriously wrong with religion in America. Like I've been saying that for a while now. I've done videos about religion in America, how politics and hate is being preached in America. And it just keeps growing. Like, I have no clue who the hell this person is, but they just keep popping up every day. It's like whack-a-mole. One lunatic pops up, another one pops up, and it just keeps going on and on and on. I have no, man, like I had no clue who this guy is. The media is giving him coverage. So now let's cover him. Let's see who this imbecile is. But you have to buckle up because this is going to be a wild ride. Let's just go, enough talking.
I moved back to where my family is from. I'm happy to live here.
From here in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains in historic Blount County, a 39-year-old Tennessee man is waging a battle for the heart and soul of the American Protestant Church, a church that in his view should teach not just about a God of love, but also a God of hate.
Slavery isn't outlawed in Scripture. It can't be. God doesn't change. God says it's permissible in the Old Testament.
His Bible-quoting podcast has sparked intense online debate in conservative Christian circles.
Title of the article here is, Corey Mueller believes Hitler went to heaven and wants to take over the Lutheran Church.
About his growing influence.
I don't talk about Stone Choir because I don't talk about Stone Choir. I don't think they're a big problem
among young Christian men.
The reason we're having to address it is because we're seeing it in our churches.
And according to some, his threat to the church.
And he is one of the most dangerous people on the planet and the biggest threat to confessional Lutheranism that I see.
One of the most dangerous people on the planet.
We're somewhere between 50,000 and 100,000 listeners right now.
Per episode.
Mueller.
Hold on. So this guy is getting 50 to 100,000 listeners per episodes. Where is this, in Tennessee? Just remind me to never go to Tennessee once again. Because if this is the mentality of people in Tennessee, there's something wrong in Tennessee. Like, what in the world is happening with conservatives? Like, I understand, conservatives are, it's always fear-based. You have to be afraid of this, be afraid of immigrants, afraid of your own shadow. That way, like, fear is the main driver of the conservative movement. But now fear and hate combined, you get people like this. And it's incredible, really, what's happening in America. It's like watching a train crash. Like you're just watching this car crash, this pile up in slow motion. I've never seen a country this desperate to destroy itself from within. But let's continue.
Our Stone Choir podcast is, by his own admission, aimed at hooking impressionable young men.
And if you want to influence society, you want to influence young men.
And that is your goal, is to push young men further and further to the right.
Our goal is to push young men to become actual Christians.
Part of Mueller's idea of being an actual Christian, the notion expressed in this tweet that Jesus Christ is Lord and Adolf Hitler is his faithful servant.
Come on. Like, sometimes you just have to laugh. Like, things are so ridiculous that you just have to laugh. Because who in their right mind, like, comes up with these things? Like, just take 1 second, read the statement again, and then, like, wow. Like, these things leave me speechless. You know, there was a time in America where people who were saying conspiracy theories and things like that would be hidden like cave troll, like they would not be given airtime. People like Alex Jones, who are, you know, Alex Jones with the voice like it sounds so like, I don't know, like RFK. I don't know if that was RFK or Alex Jones. They sound almost the same. Like they need like some drops, like some lozenges for their throat. It's very scratchy voice. Those people were hidden. They were not given airtime, primetime news airtime, like this imbecile. This guy out here is preaching all this nonsense, acting like like an intellectual, and he's given airtime. Man, but let's continue.
You are an avowed racist.
Yes.
You are an anti-Semite. You hate Jews.
I wouldn't say that I hate Jews.
You think Jews are the enemy.
I think that religious Jews are certainly the enemy.
You think democracy is evil.
Correct.
You are a fascist.
Yes.
And unlike most Americans who honored the sacrifices of the brave men who died on the European battlefields, instead of memorializing the dead, Mueller argues the overwhelming majority of those who died on the Allied side in World War II are in hell. You think Hitler was a man of God who is in paradise.
That is correct.
And you think every Jew that Hitler killed is in hell.
If he was a practicing Jew.
As for the well-documented historical horror of the Holocaust, Mueller calls it an anti-German blood libel.
Okay, so far I'm thinking this guy is just a troll. Like that's what I'm thinking, because you know, in the conservative movement, it's all about triggering people. All these tweets and whatever, I think its aim is just to trigger people. Because looking at the guy, there's nothing superior about him. This is a 39-year-old man, balding man, doesn't look like he's physically strong in any way. There is nothing superior about him at all. At all. Like, come on. Like, look at these people. Is Nick, what's the guy's name? The Mexican guy. Like, is Nick Fuentes superior in any way? In what way is Nick Fuentes a superior person? The guy is like the size of let me not even say that. I don't want to get, canceled by YouTube. And then this guy is out here acting superior, saying all these things just really to trigger. So I think that's really what he's doing. He's trying to trigger people into a response. But in reality, he's getting now, more mainstream because of that. Very soon he'll be getting an appointment in the cabinet position. But let's continue.
If you believe that Hitler did kill millions of Jews, would you have a problem with that?
I don't believe that he did.
If he did, would you have a problem with it?
I don't have a problem with genocide per se, and I can't as a Christian, because God commanded it in the Old Testament of the Canaanites.
Hitler was right! It's a message not unlike the neo-Nazis we've confronted on Nashville streets, or even members of the Ku Klux Klan who once operated in the backwoods of the Old South. What's the difference between you and an uneducated guy in a white robe and hood?
Well, I would object to say that those men were necessarily uneducated. There were many members of the KKK who were certainly quite educated.
The fringe guy like Corey Mueller, what he ends up doing is creating space for the slightly less radical people to push their radicalism and have it look normal by comparison, thus normalizing their arguments.
James Lindsay is a conservative commentator who has drawn criticism for his critique of the so-called woke left, more recently setting his sights on what he dubbed the woke right. He says it would be a mistake to dismiss Mueller as just being a fringe character.
The fringe doesn't always stay the fringe. The fringe can, in fact, very radically and very quickly become a major force in society.
You are a Christian nationalist?
Correct.
As Mueller imagines it, America needs a Hitler-like figure, a so-called Christian prince, to get elected and then seize power to impose a Christian nationalist government. The leader, he argues, will necessarily be either Lutheran or Presbyterian. Baptists, he admitted, need not apply.
I think that a lot of Baptists do not read the scripture and believe what they've read.
Yeah, and they would have no place in a Christian nationalist government.
In the government, yes.
Mueller would also drive every person of color out of the country, even if they are American citizens, arguing that we should make America white again.
I was wondering when he was going to mention that, because, you can never have these conversations without, get out the minorities, get out the black people. So I was wondering, actually, it took quite a while. It took 5 minutes of the report before he got to that. So I guess he's not that fringe after all, if it took 5 minutes. Normally, they just go straight from the jump, like, hey, the black people, the blacks, the Mexicans, all of those should be out. But you can see all these people have been emboldened by this leadership, because that's how it is now in America. America is speeding off a cliff, like it's really, really trying to self-destruct in a way that I've never seen before. So these people who used to be hidden like cave trolls can come out, spew all this nonsense, and they're spewing it like he said it himself. He wants to target young men so that he targets and the rage in them, and then so that it keeps on multiplying for generations and generations to come. Like, this is nothing new, and I can only see it getting worse, because America is like a pendulum. It swings one way extreme, and then it's gonna come back again extreme. Right now, it's all right stuff, alt-right stuff. That's what it's swinging towards in maximum speed. Once it goes and, it goes all the way overboard, it's going to have to swing back someday. It might take years, it might take decades, but it will have to swing back. Because, there's no other way. There are only two ways to a pendulum. So let's just continue with this idiot guy and see what he has to spew.
The United States is a constitutional republic. Where in the Constitution does it say that it's for whites only?
If you go back to the interest of the founding fathers, and their intent is for us and for our posterity.
Well,
posterity is blood.
Does it say that in the Constitution?
It doesn't currently say that, but that's a fundamental problem with the Constitution.
Are blacks intellectually and morally inferior? Yes.
Part of Mueller's technique, we discovered, is to condescendingly spout supposed facts that support his views about black crime, for example, while dismissing others that don't. And overwhelmingly, those responsible for sexually assaulting children are white men. Why don't you talk about white male crime?
Those data are actually inaccurate. If you look at the...
So you believe nothing that doesn't confirm your views?
No, if you look at the per capita rate, the difference is that I actually look at the statistics. And I run the statistical analysis myself.
Studies that disagree with your viewpoint.
God has set the rules.
You can just see there is no good faith argument. There's no reasoning with these people. I don't even know why these guys trying to reason with him, like, let's look at statistics and all this. No, they have a set mindset, and that's what they stick with. That's the whole point. And in the conservative right, the main aim is you say what you believe in, say it fast and say it strong with all the confidence, so that people don't question you. Like, the viewers won't question you. Whoever looks at it will actually think, maybe he's right, maybe he's saying something correct. You see it a lot with the guy who rambles a lot, very fast. The guy who speaks so fast, what's his name? Oh, Ben Shapiro. Like, Ben Shapiro will be speaking at, I don't know, so fast, spewing a lot of garbage, and like, it makes you not question. The same thing happens with the one being sued, the idiot, Candace Owens. Like, they just speak so fast, spewing all this bullshit, and then you don't question. That's the trick. You have to act confident, like you know what you're saying. Say it with your chest, like you just say it, spew it real fast, And then the people will be like, oh, well, he might be right. So that's really what's happening with this guy. There's nothing superior with this guy. Just look at his face, look at him, and tell me what's superior with this guy. Oh man, let me not go into personal attacks. Maybe it's too late for that. I've already done it, but you get my point. These people, the main aim is triggering people. And I don't know why the media and everyone else engages with them. If you engage with them, that's why you're giving them more fire. You're fanning the flames. But let's finish.
God plays by the rules.
Mueller, in fact, never seems to doubt his own intellectual superiority, especially when it comes to his claims about Jews that are built on the flimsiest of foundations.
Jews who are practicing Jews pray multiple times a day to curse Christians.
I have lots of Jewish friends. They do not curse Christians.
Well, they don't tell you they curse Christians.
Come on.
Part of the Jewish religion is also to lie about the Jewish religion.
Which was a lot like his claims that Jews owned the pornography industry and wielded it as a weapon against whites, particularly white Christians.
You blame Jews for that?
Yes, they admit that.
Hugh Hefner was raised Methodist.
Sure.
Larry Flint, who produced some very vile pornography, was raised Pentecostal.
Sure.
So why are you not willing to look at the role of other groups in pornography?
Look at what the Jews themselves say in their own papers. They proudly say that they are behind pornography and that they push it because they hate God.
That is just not true.
I can get you the article. Obviously, I don't have it on me. I didn't print it, but that is literally a quote from a Jew.
A Jew.
Yes, of course.
Well, if you're talking about from a Jew,
well, no,
you're going to
if
say...
you're talking about a quote, it's obviously from one man. They don't all speak with the same head. They're not a hydra in that sense.
And yet there he was making an argument based on a quote that he later attributed to a single Jewish pornographer, Al Goldstein, a self-proclaimed atheist, claiming he was speaking for all Jews, while also ignoring, for example, the extraordinary number of Jewish Nobel Prize winners who have been honored for their contributions to humanity. And yet,
you say our enemies are ontologically evil. No means are morally impermissible in pursuit of exterminating them.
Yep, that's the main aim. That's why I'm saying you cannot reason with these idiots. Like, why is this guy wasting time trying to reason with this guy? The guy's main aim is to spread the hate, and you're giving him a platform, a national TV station, to show his hate. I had no clue who the hell this idiot was, but now I'm pretty sure he's gone from maybe 50 to 100,000 listeners to now 200,000 listeners, because that's what happens. Because in the right is you go, you spew your nonsense, you spew all the hate and whatever, and then you say, oh shit, I'm being cancelled. And you go in that GoFundMe thing that they do, the Christian GoFundMe, which they redefine the word Christian. If Jesus came back, they would deport him, send him to El Salvador and all those things. But the man, like, these conservative people are something else. They are something else. Like, what is this? Like, what are we looking at this? Like, America, are you okay? Are you okay, America? There's something, you look like you're not fine. But let's continue.
Sure.
Perhaps most disturbing is Mueller's view that a future American Hitler would be justified in rounding up and exterminating Jews or any other peoples deemed to be the enemy.
My preferable means of exterminating any given enemy is converting him to Christ. Because in doing that, I have destroyed him as an enemy.
And if they don't, you're okay with killing them?
That would be war.
Oh my goodness. Like, yeah, this guy he's just an idiot. He's just an idiot who was on the internet, started saying things to trigger people, got a response, went on a podcast, started a podcast. Actually, they should be banning podcasts right now. Like, podcast has deteriorated our brain in such crazy records. It's the same with TikTok. Like, TikTok has rotten our brains so much. Podcasts have done the same. It has given every imbecile an outlet And people like this should have been hidden, like, I don't know, locked in some dungeon somewhere, not to see the light of day, because they're an embarrassment to the society, embarrassment to life, embarrassment to everything. I understand some people are born just to bring death and destruction and hate in the world. I understand that, as you can see very much in the leadership and everything that is up there. The cause is bring death, destruction, suffering, that's it. That you can always count on them to do the wrong thing. If you're faced with doing the right or the wrong thing, they will always, without a doubt, choose the wrong thing. That one I can guarantee of it. And some people have to do that job. I understand. But national TV stations like this should not be giving them a platform. Let's finish this. I've said it so much. It's enough talking, man.
And killing in war has always been something that Christians find permissible as long as the war itself is morally justified.
Corey Mueller is an evil man. He should be marked. He has been marked. We shouldn't be praising him for anything.
While conservative churches wrestle with Mueller's influence, the East Tennessee man continues to hearken back to a dark past, trying to convince young men that this should also be America's future.
If viewers hear some of your viewpoints, why should they not conclude that your viewpoints are evil?
If men can formulate an argument that is based in God's word, that is sound, and that is against what I have said, then by all means, they should listen to God and not me.
2 years ago, Corey Mueller was excommunicated from his home church at a Lutheran church in Knoxville and accused of trying to tear apart his entire denomination, although he says he is still welcome to worship in another Lutheran church near his home in East Tennessee.
Yeah, so that's it. The guy was excommunicado, like was it John Wick? He was excommunicado from his church, but the American church is a joke. The evangelicals, or like I call it, evil evangelicals, are a joke. There is nothing Christian about conservative Americans. Nothing. Tell me what is religious. Tell me what is Christian about MAGA. If you can tell me that, I could Venmo you, I could send you money for proving to me that there is something Christian about MAGA. You will try to find it. You will not find. No matter how big of a cross the MAGA women wear on the necklaces, like the cross the size of Flavor Flav clock, like hanging, like huge cross proving they're a Christian. Those people are just some demonic forces. I've seen a lot of demonic bitches in my time, and the conservatives, women, demonic. Conservative men are these ones that I'm saying here, hating on everybody, demonic. What else is there to say? I've said enough. If you like this video, consider liking, subscribing, and of course share this on all the networks. I'll see you.
Oh my goodness, all the networks! Wow! All the networks!